Hello, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and we are live with a new, I would call it Who's in the News, Who Got Cyberhack. And today we're going to be talking about the Office 365 cyber attack that lands a disgruntled IT contractor in jail. So if you're a business owner, this is going to be very important to you because as you have your IT team, either it's internally or you have an outside consultant, today I'm going to be talking about what you should be looking out for and also just kind of give you some theories about what I think happened here, because I think it's very important, especially with technology being even more important. It's so important that you understand who has the keys to your kingdom, and also understand that if you have to let them go for any reason or they become disgruntled, it's very important that you lock them out afterwards. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're talking about a company based out of California. They have about 1,500 employees. So this is a very big, large company. And essentially, they are in the process of migrating their Office 365 emails from wherever the platform was before to a Microsoft Office 365 system. So many times when you have these type of projects with this large of an organization, even if this company had an internal IT department, that is just way too much work for probably a team of 10 people to be able to 1,500 emails. So what they then did is hired an outside IT consulting firm to help them with this project. So everything so far is so good. So now at the same time, this outside IT company more than likely also did not have the manpower. They skill-wise, project management-wise, they probably was able to handle it, but they needed to hire a subcontractor to help them do the migration from this old email system to Office 365. So they hired a guy. I'm going to just call him Dur. I'm not 100% Kerr. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name. It's from an Indian background, but nevertheless, we're going to call him Kerr. And they hired this subcontractor, the IT company, which was hired by the California company with 1,500 employees, hired a subcontractor to help them with the project. So Kerr was working in the email migration project, and a couple of months later, the IT company, for whatever reason, thought that his work was not satisfactory. So they said, you know what? Sorry, but we're going to have to pull you from this project because you're not doing your job. And then a couple of months later, Kerr was also fired from that consulting company. So you kind of see where this is going, right? So now Kerr is out of a job. And all of a sudden, 2 months later, the California company with the 1,500 emails that hired the IT consulting company is freaking out because you have employees that can't access their emails, they can't access their Teams, their Word documents, their Excel, corporate directories. Everything is gone. And now as they're investigating this and trying to figure out how the heck could this happen, apparently Kerr, which was the subcontractor hired by the IT company, it turns out because the Department of Justice, I'm sure they had forensic, and it turns out that Kerr hacked in and was able to delete all of those emails. Yeah, 1,200 emails. That's almost 85% of the emails were deleted. So just imagine your business. If you had, 80% of your operations in the emails are down, communications are down, things are just deleted. I'm sure first thing they probably did was call Microsoft and be like, hey, what's going on, Microsoft? And Microsoft is, and they're like, well, it's not us. Our log files show that someone deleted this yesterday, last night or whatever. So it's very important, which is for me, the moral of the story is to know who to your system now and who has access to your system when you let them go. I can't speculate as far as exactly how this happened. I did not see the court cases because this guy now has gotten, Kerr could have gotten 10 years in jail, but I guess they settled and gave him 2 years in jail. However, like I said, I don't know exactly how this happened, but this is my thinking, because if an IT guy had, and especially at his level, if he's doing that type of migration, he more than likely had access both to the IT consulting systems and he had access to the end user's client. My speculation is that no one ever cut him off afterwards. When they let him go, someone kept him as an admin. And sure enough, he was dissatisfied. He wasn't happy. Apparently, he's from India. He actually moved back there. So for him, he's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and screw these guys. I lost my job. Probably couldn't pay my rent. I'm going to go back to my home country for a couple of months or for whatever. And they actually then, he actually did it. Now, another thing that could have happened is maybe Kerr was also in charge of setting up other administrator accounts. So let's just say, for example, he had access, he created a login for somebody else and he put that in a little notepad, right? You put that in a little notepad, he gets fired, he takes his notepad with him. Well, guess what? What goes with him? The notepad. And maybe from there, he was able to then log in as someone else that was still employed at the company because they had disabled his account. And then he was able to, select all and hit delete. So that's another speculation of how this could have happened. He could have also just had remote access to one of these systems. And then from there, he was able to remote in. So again, I'm not 100% sure, but it's got to be one of those three where somebody did not turn off something, or he had access to someone else's credentials and just used that. So that's why it's so important when you have you let someone go. There's a process. There's a documented process on how you let them go. You have to, for example, have some type of password management system, so that way you can kind of see, okay, what passwords did they access prior to leaving, or what passwords have they ever accessed? Maybe we just need to change all passwords. Who were the people that they helped? Did he set up global admins for other people? Well, we got to change those passwords. So just to be 100% sure, let's just change everybody's passwords because the IT guy knew everything. So let's just change everything. And that's actually something very common when we take over one of our clients and we have them on contract. We go in and we change all passwords. It doesn't matter if, it was the copier's, scan to folder. It doesn't matter if it was the, a switch that's internal, it can only be accessed internally. We just go ahead and just change everything and just start everything fresh because you never know of situations like this. So again, it's very important. Even if they're not IT, but they're a key employee or even a secretary, it doesn't matter what the position is. If they had the passwords or if they manage the passwords for your business, it's very important that you change those passwords. And it's also very important that if they had remote access to the system, that those systems be turned off. It sounds such like a no-brainer, but it happens all the time. I've been with customers and they tell me, oh yeah, hey, what happened to Hector? Hector, oh, we fired him 2 months ago and now it's, now it's Jose here. Why didn't you tell me? I got to change his login. You can't just continue to use that login just because he didn't have a particular email. He had a department email. That doesn't matter. We still have to make those changes. You have to let us know. And that's the same thing that you need to do with your business. So, all right, that's all I have for today. But I thought it was very important because unfortunately, it was an IT person that is in the news that caused the cyber attack. A lot of times we're talking about hackers from who knows where, but this is somebody that, we can touch and feel and we know who they were. They were next to us, right? We were rubbing elbows with them. And because they got disgruntled, now they did this. So take care and I'll see you next time.